A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a significant policy shift, the Biden administration has announced plans to supply Ukraine with anti-personnel mines as part of a broader military assistance package aimed at countering Russia's advances on the battlefield. This decision marks the second major alteration in U.S. military support for Ukraine in just a few days, following the green light for Ukraine to utilize long-range American missiles to strike deeper into Russian territory. U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin emphasized that the shift in policy was necessitated by the evolving tactics employed by Russian forces, who have increasingly relied on foot soldiers for their assaults rather than armored vehicles. As the war reaches its 1,000-day milestone, the situation on the ground has been increasingly favorable for Russia, with its larger army gradually pushing Ukrainian forces back in the eastern Donetsk region. The conflict has taken a heavy toll on Ukrainian civilians, who have faced injuries and fatalities from Russian drone strikes and missile attacks launched from within Russia. In response to the changing dynamics of the battlefield, Austin stated that Ukraine has a pressing need for military resources that can help slow down the Russian offensive. During his visit to Laos, he highlighted the importance of providing Ukraine with tools that can effectively counter the current threats posed by Russian troops. The announcement of this military assistance comes at a crucial time, as Donald Trump is set to take office in January, having pledged to swiftly end the war and criticized the financial support provided to Ukraine. Biden administration officials are keen to maximize assistance to Ukraine before Trump assumes the presidency. In a further indication of U.S. support, the administration revealed plans to cancel approximately $4.6 billion of Ukraine's debt to the United States. This series of actions is likely to provoke a strong reaction from Moscow, particularly given the controversial nature of anti-personnel mines, which have been condemned by humanitarian organizations for their long-lasting threat to civilian populations. Amnesty International described the U.S. decision as reckless and a deeply disappointing setback, while Norway's foreign minister expressed concerns about Ukraine's status as a signatory to an international convention opposing the use of landmines. Austin defended the decision by noting that Ukraine has already been producing its own anti-personnel mines, and that the U.S. would provide non-persistent mines, designed to self-detonate after a certain period, thus reducing the risk to civilians. He clarified that the mines would be electrically fused and powered by batteries, ensuring they would not detonate once the battery is depleted. While Russia has been employing landmines in Ukraine, these typically do not become inert over time, posing ongoing dangers to civilians. The U.S. has sought commitments from Ukraine to use the mines solely within its own territory and in areas that are not densely populated, in an effort to mitigate risks to civilian safety. The anti-personnel mines will be included in a broader military assistance package valued at $275 million, which also contains high-mobility artillery rocket systems, HIMARS, artillery rounds, Javelin anti-armor munitions, and various other military supplies. As the conflict continues, the Biden administration's actions reflect a determination to support Ukraine in its fight against Russian aggression. However, the implications of these decisions, particularly regarding the use of landmines, raise significant ethical and humanitarian concerns that will likely reverberate in the international community. The ongoing war has reached a critical juncture, with both sides preparing for potential escalations as the winter months approach. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has voiced concerns about the future of the war, warning that a reduction in U.S. funding could jeopardize Ukraine's chances of success. Meanwhile, Russia has issued warnings in response to Ukraine's newfound capabilities, including a potential nuclear threat as tensions continue to escalate. The international dimension of the conflict has also expanded, with reports of North Korean troops assisting Russia on the battlefield, prompting further scrutiny of U.S. policy and military support for Ukraine. As the situation develops, all eyes will be on the Biden administration's next steps and the potential consequences for both Ukraine and the broader geopolitical landscape. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.